Hey guys, this is Oshi, and this is going to be the reading for episode 7 of House of the Dragon. Can you believe how many episodes we already had? And oh boy, what an episode this was! So, we finally had the wedding, and interesting that, the previous reading was talking about a celebration, pretty much a wedding, but I kind of feel like it was also indicating the funeral, because the funeral had more of an impactful set of events, because the wedding was at the end of the episode, so there were some judging all around, but yeah, that was intense. I mean, the ceremony, I'm not mad about the ceremony with the whole, let's mix our blood together, even though this, the symbology in this case is like, it's mixed enough, or it's close enough. I'm gonna pretend that they are not so closely related, because otherwise I'm just gonna be like, oh, if I focus on that too much, I can't enjoy this. So yeah, I kind of like that wedding ceremony, even if it's like ridiculous, but I kind of appreciate the blood contract. If we want to do something, we want to honor our bloodlines mixing, which we pretty much do with a wedding. I mean, not necessarily having children, even though that's more a direct manifestation of mixing bloodlines, but deciding that you connect the ancestral lines and the bloodlines together in a new union, in a new family. I really liked the symbology for that, and I think that was very fitting for them. But the funeral was also an interesting one, and a place where people were testing each other, which I think that was maybe more of the celebration what we had in the previous reading, even though I can't wait to do the whole series recap and go back and watch the readings and see what the cards were talking about. What I'm gonna say is that even though I appreciate the little prince, I'm not gonna remember names. I remembered his name last night when I was watching the episode and after it, but I he's gonna be the one-eyed prince. No, oh no, I nicknamed him Pirate Prince. He's gonna be Pirate Prince because he has one eye now, and he's gonna probably have a patch or not wear the scar like an honor. But even though it was kind of like it was a cool thing, like getting such a huge and old dragon bonded to you. I gave him that. But the whole setup was so sad in a way, because it just shows that bullied kids can turn towards violence really easily, because he was the one who was mocked constantly, that he was ridiculed, he was made fun of, and that made him desperate. And yes, in this case he risked his life, and it rewarded him with a big giant dragon and power that I'm assuming it's gonna be very, very important in the upcoming years. But at the same time, the meeting of the children in the cave where they almost killed each other just reflected all the hate and shit the adults around them projected onto those kids. And I appreciated it shown, and I really, really hated it, because this is how you screw up children. You show them how to hate you, you play them against each other, you don't let them be friends or just children together, because it's politics and all that bullshit. And what I think about the other adult has to be more important than what the children would think about each other, and I think it's just sad. Also, Princess with a spider, she killed that spider, right? Like, did I see that correctly? That she was like, oh, spider, smash at the end. So I'm like, I can see where the the madness is gonna come into the bloodline with those siblings getting married and all that jazz. obviously you will be mad because jeans and everything. But I appreciate it was disrespectful in a way, but the most honest moment was when Damon was laughing at the funeral about the, like the purity of bloodline and all that. I really did appreciate that. And I appreciated Aegon not backing away and saying what everybody wanted to say out loud, but no one dared. That people have eyes, they can see that these children have brown hair and not silvery blonde like everyone else, aka they are not legitimate, children. But I'm not even sure what I'm shuffling for. Let's start with Pirate Prince, because I'm quite curious what he's gonna do with Seven of Swords. Are we surprised? I'm not really. The Hierophant and the Four of Cups. Okay, so he's a troubled child, as you could say. So yeah, Seven of Swords, not surprising. A Seven of Swords is usually doing something to win a war. And not, I know, how do I say that? Win a battle and not thinking about what it will affect, not how it will affect the whole war. So, winning things, and yeah, I completely lost my analogy there. But doing things and not, knowing that these things are not right, not being proud of themselves, but doing them because you think that this is what you're supposed to, in a way, this is how you win. You do things because you want to win, and you don't care for the consequences, and you don't care for what it does with other people, what you take away from them. And it's interesting that we have Sam here with the sword that belonged to his father, that he was supposed to inherit, but he wasn't deemed worthy by the eyes of his father, so he went ahead and pretty much took it. And this is not how you earn respect. This is not how you earn your place and what you want. And even though, he earned it with the dragon, it kind of still feels like he's gonna just go ahead and take away everything that it's not his. And I mean, from his brother. Aegon, like the second, I think. That wimpy one. I'm so mean, I don't want to be mean. He's in a really awkward position. He's clearly not someone who wants to be a king, so... Yeah. With the Hierophant, it's gonna be a teachable moment. He's gonna go through a lot of difficult lessons, because he's not gonna learn the lessons he needs to easily, because he will try to cheat his way out. He will try to use force to win, to learn these lessons that life will throw at him, but it's not really gonna happen. And he's not gonna necessarily end up in a Five of Pentacles place where he's isolated, he's alone. He's not gonna be there, because there's gonna be a lot of people around him who's gonna want his power, want his dragon. He's gonna be very well used, so to speak, by others. But with the Four of Cups, he's never gonna, or not never, but for a while at least, he's not gonna be able to see opportunities that would make him happy, because he's gonna be so concentrating on what he managed to, gather. He's gonna try to hold on to power really, really badly. Which, like I said, understandable. He was bullied, he was ridiculed, he wasn't shown mercy by the others. So that's what he sees. That's what he thinks as a good position in, is to have that power, because now he has a dragon, like the oldest and most powerful. It was shown, and we know what it means to be bonded to him, because that's why, like I said in the previous one, that's why we saw how the previous owner, so to speak, died. So, you know, that was a projection that you can expect horrible things. Great, but horrible. Yeah, I'm bringing Harry Potter into the picture from this dragon and the rider. So, yeah, I don't know how. I think that's all I want to say about the Pirate Prince. He's gonna be troubled. He's gonna go through shit. But are we surprised? No. Maybe love children and they don't turn out to be horrible adults. I don't know. That's just a suggestion. I know it's hard for some people for some reason. Okay, let's check Aegon. I don't want to be king. I want to drink and, you know, have other earthly pleasures around me all the time. Okay. Okay, Queen of Coins. Well, the money. And it could be his mother, I think. Okay, someone can tell me who watches the series. Where did Damon's first wife disappear? Because the second ones, which for me it was quite, it was a little sudden that he had, you know, like a, maybe that was the official wife and he had a non-official one, like a second was that Queen of Coins, you know, in the previous one, who couldn't give him children or didn't want to. Because she disappeared without a word, did she? Like, did I miss something? It's possible. There's a lot all the time happening, and I can't say that, you know, I'm always 100% paying attention because obviously my mind wanders as well. But, just a side note, if you know where, yeah, 5 of Spears, 5 of Wands, lots of petty arguments, lots of, I kind of feel like this card also highlights the fact that, you know, you pick fights with others when you have some deep unresolved issues that you don't even want to face yet. So instead of turning your attention inwards and start working out why you feel the way you feel, like in his case, why is he resenting the possibility of being the king so much? Because he does. He's, you know, the Pirate Prince is woo, he's ready. He would do anything. And by that I mean he would kill his own brother, and maybe that's gonna happen. But he's rather just, you know, do petty, shitty things, maybe to prove that he's not worthy as well. So that people would, you know, let him go off the hook. The moon. Yeah, the moon is all about fears, not seeing clearly, and just generally not knowing. And I think that is very well connecting with this, especially with the colors. It's connecting with this card nicely. And yeah, I think the Queen of Coins is his mother, and just the pressure that he has because of her, you know, expectations and all that, or just simply money, having money and not knowing what to do with money, power, influence, not knowing what to do with it, so using it in a scattered, everyday petty way. Yeah, not surprised, to be honest. Okay, we're done with them boys. Obviously I'm gonna do the princess and the demon. But I'm thinking about who to do next. I kind of want to see the king as well. I'm not sure I want to do a reading on the queen, but I guess I should. Sir Crispy is annoying. Christopher. God. So condescending, so... Ugh, high horsey. I just... Yeah, a pretty face sometimes is nothing more than a pretty face. And he is getting not so pretty anymore. And I feel sorry for the actor. That's not a good role to end up, because all the ladies are not necessarily going to love you. Okay. Who am I doing? The king? I think. Let's do the king. I think I'm doing the king. I mean, Ace of Cups, interesting. Okay, we have... Okay. Two of Cups. Let's see if because I moved the camera closer, so I have to check, but it seems we're in frame. Well, the Ace of Cups, doesn't it look like a wedding? Obviously it's a new start, but for the king, I don't think he's gonna suddenly fall in love with someone or get a new job and start enjoying that. And you know, I can't help but see Daenerys when she shows up in the cards as the princess, and not, in this case, not his wife. And I still think that the Ace of Spears is symbolizing war in this, or conflict, you know, in this card. And we also have the Two of Cups. So for me, this suggests that everything that's going to happen with the king, or where his focus is currently, is obviously on that union of Daemon and the princess, which seems to be, from his perspective, a very equal relationship, a new, glorious, pretty much, beginning, but also something that will bring conflict, maybe, you know, a war into the picture. But remember how he kind of longed for that? He longed for becoming someone who's known for invading people and expanding the realm. So maybe it's his fear and expectation that his daughter is gonna do all that. So there's, you know, there's no clear, there's no judgment if that would happen. If nothing else, then with the Ace of Cups, it's a celebrating new beginning, which is really interesting. Because, you know, he didn't really want them to be together, which, if you think about it, if Daemon would have just go about this whole thing maybe more normally and not try to drag down the princess to his level, his perceived level, so that he could have her, if he would just propose a business, so to speak, transaction, that, you know, they would get married, maybe it would have happened, and all these death and whatnot wouldn't need to happen. Because the princess obviously wanted him. Let's not pretend that's not the case. But yeah, the king is all about the new wedding and the union and the relationship, which is interesting, because I thought that maybe his children, like his son, would be more present in the reading, but I think all the kids are taking a back position in his mind after her. Not just because she's the heir, I think because, you know, she's from a mother that he actually loved. So let's check on the queen quickly, who's busy with her new friend, who has suddenly a lord title. 10 of Cups again. She did have that 10 of Cups last time, right? What's with the queen and 10 of Cups? Oh, wow. Okay. Why do I not see this? Because this would, you know, I mean, okay, now I take it back. with the pirate prince having that dragon, that legacy, that family aspect is a lot stronger for her now. And you know, the dragon is bringing in that happiness. We literally have that dragon here. Okay, not literally, it's not that dragon, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I can see why she thinks that her family... Ooh, okay. But we have the devil and the queen of cups. Is in a good position, obviously. And she could be this queen of cups, absolutely. And yeah, the devil in this case is very much the temptation, and you know, going down a road that she's going down, and I guess even more so, where you chain yourself into positions that you didn't want to be, because once you start making certain decisions, they gonna start rolling, and after a while you backed yourself into a corner. And I kind of feel like she's there, she's going down that road, you know. Every decision that she makes, like now demanding that the child should be the other one, turn into a pirate as well. These are the things that will, you know, slowly start adding up, and she's trying to enforce the position of her children, I think, in the wrong way. And the devil could also indicate her father, the advice of her father. But you know, she's very emotional in a way. I mean, but not in a queen of cups, not in a way where she's in control of her emotion. She's still played by them, but maybe this is an arc, and you know, she's coming out of that, and she's gonna get better grip on those, or just, you know, pray for a better future and hope that things will actually turn out better. But Sansa was put in a similar position. Oh, we have a very loud airplane. Thanks for ruining my medieval mood. Let's pretend this was a steel dragon, okay? That was a steel dragon, guys. It wasn't an airplane, it was a steel dragon. So it could also pretty much, you know, the cards could show that she's either being able to leave all this behind, or she's pretending it's not there, you know, the devil, because these two came out together. You know, I'm pretending that everything is fine, when in fact under the surface it's not calm, it's not collected, it's all fire and chains and regrets and positions that you shouldn't be in. Yeah, I kind of see that. I kind of see that for her. Okay, and let's now do the exciting one. So what I want to do is do one for the princess, do one for the demon, and then for the union or marriage. And I don't necessarily want to check the relationship. I kind of want to look at it on the bigger picture scale, you know, like what would their relationship mean for the realm. But let's start with the princess. 6 of spears, 6 of wands, victory. It's not a long-term, not the victory, but it's a victory, which if you think about it, it is. And I was so grateful that she didn't kill the previous husband because he was a nice man and he didn't deserve to die. So I kind of hope that, I mean, I kind of have a feeling that they're not gonna bring him back to cause trouble, only if, you know, things get really boring and they have no idea what to do with the story, which I really hope it's not the case, because that would be sad. So I kind of think we've seen the last of him, which I don't mind. I mean, Okay, Temperance and the Four of Swords. Yeah, so victory, the winning, I would say, you know, what it means for her position. It's very much a victory, and yeah, it is, you know, like two sides, like the white and the red together as well. And it also shows that this is actually, in a way, a chess play, a war, a battle that you play with, you know, all the political opponents. With the Temperance, it's not just about, you know, you need to find balance, and she needs to find balance in the relationship and what she does with it. But I kind of feel that it actually indicates more, you know, like she needs to learn more. She needs to dig more into maybe previous experiences as well. But I always read Temperance as a slow positive change. So for her, that's a slow positive change. And yeah, Four of Swords, you definitely need some rest because she was on edge since day, I don't know, I guess since she was named an heir. And finally, she's supposed to be with someone who's gonna be an equal partner. So she doesn't have to actually be on top of things all the time, just alone. But we will see, because, you know, that's the expectation for a relationship. Doesn't mean it's actually gonna happen. But let's check Demon. Who, to be honest, it's better for them that they got together later, because Damon had some time to cool down and get a little wiser. Aww. Three of Swords, heartbreak, that's not good. It could be losing illusions that you had about the other person when you enter into a relationship, because, you know, you have this wonderful idea about what the other person is, and then the everyday mundane reality kind of comes into a picture. Nine of Coins is all about independence, but in this case I don't think it's her, especially because we have Daenerys on the picture. It's more about, yeah, it's more about the other person being too independent, because she got used to, you know, the princess got used to taking care of things all alone, and even though she craves for that connection and that equality, maybe she's not in a place that she can be, which is interesting. And we have the Hangman. The Hangman is a position where someone definitely needs to change their point of view, but it's also the card of sacrifice. So this could read as, you know, Damon needs to sacrifice his independence as well, because he is very much used to saying what he wants and expecting people to obey. So they definitely two very, very independent individuals in that sense. So I'm assuming there's gonna be some clashing. It's not gonna be a big happy, oh, we are now family and everything is fine. So yeah, he's gonna find himself in a position where he might need to give up more than he was expecting, and that could be the heartbreak as well. Mourning that independence, you know, experiencing that loss, because when you're losing your independence or an idea about someone else, it hurts emotionally, but it's an emotion, it's an intelligence shift that you need to make. But you know, the Three of Swords has a heart, because we experience pain that, you know, our mind tells us that, hey, we're losing this is not Daemon. That's our mind, but we're experiencing that loss on a physical level through our emotions. So for me, the connection with the heart, the swords, which are thoughts, that combination makes sense, because it, you know, it never happens in just one plane. it's intelligence and emotions where you actually experience a loss. And I guess, yes, you could have put it in the cup suit, you know, the Three of Swords could have been somewhere there. And I don't read the Five of Cups as similar energy as this one, because the Five of Cups for me is getting lost in loss. Not seeing anything, not using your mind at all. You're just in that hurtful place. With this, you have a chance, or you're forced to think through things as well. So yeah, he needs to accept some losses, not just gains. And let's see their relationship. Okay, I mean too much, but Two of Cups and Three of Swords. The equality is definitely there. Hierophant, yes, it's gonna be a teachable moment. You know, I always read the Hierophant as a card for learning with difficulties as well, so their relationship is gonna be like that. But you know, don't forget, we're not just checking how it is for them, it's how it's for the realm. So there's gonna be lessons the realm and people will need to learn. And I kind of think that there's gonna be some, yeah, some what's the word that I'm looking for? Armed conflict. That's the one that I was looking for earlier. We have 2 sevens. But yeah, so their relationship is definitely protecting what's, you know, what's yours. So that it's not like their claim to the throne, I guess, is going to be challenged, of course. I mean, we're heading into that conflict for a while now. But on their part, they're gonna do everything they can and then wait for things to settle down or blossom or bring some fruit. I always see the Seven of Coins as more on the positive side. It's the need of being patient. You can't rush into certain things. And even if not everything is going to turn out the way people expect them to be, I usually read this as something still will. There's going to be more positive outcomes than negative. That's how I read. But in a way, it's the waiting. It's the getting patient. It's the being patient card. Which is very interesting. Okay, so the video is already long enough, so I'm not gonna do anything more. How did you like the episode? And you know, do you wait for the next one like I do? And I posted, I should have said it in the beginning, but if you're watching, you're interested. If you're not interested anyway. I mean, this part of the video. So I was planning on doing the interview with the vampire reading as well as the series, because it seemed fun. And the series is good enough. There are a few over theatrical elements that I'm like, dude. But there were things that I really liked. I don't want to talk about it because, you know, this is spoilerish about this series, it's not about the other. But I kind of don't feel like, because it's gonna be on more on an emotional level, and I know enough about the story to get influenced by that. So I kind of don't think that there's enough room for getting surprised by readings with that series. But if I find something that seems interesting and has a lot of happenings and events like this one, then you know, I will probably start one after this ends. If you have a suggestion, you know, we can do that as well. But yeah, so far this is a very interesting TV show and I really like it. And I really enjoy these readings. They make it, watching the series, even more fun. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for allowing me to do these readings. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, do YouTube things, check out my decks, check out my second channel for more serious readings. If you enjoy pick a card readings and monthly readings, you can find those there. And yeah, see you in the next one. Have the loveliest day possible. Bye.